In this millennium, video games have dominated the pastimes of adolescents all around the world. Whether that be in the form of an addictive MMORPG or a highly competitive first-person shooter, and more recently, a battle royale game, it's safe to say that video games are the lifeblood of our free time as we know it. Personally, I found myself having an interest in a broad variety of different types of games, whether it be a rhythm game like Guitar Hero or Rock Band, perhaps an enslaving MMORPG like RuneScape, or even an immersive first-person shooter like Call of Duty. I would definitely consider myself a slave in the world that is video games. I think it would be hard for me to pinpoint a definitive favorite among all of the games I've played in my life, but when it comes to the first-person shooter genre, I would say my all-time favorite, without a doubt, is Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. I attribute this almost entirely to the intuitive multiplayer mode, which I found myself playing for hundreds of hours. The first thing that comes to mind when you bring up Modern Warfare 2 to a fellow gamer is probably the overrated bullshit that is one-man army noob tubing, but the second thing is probably sniping, and in particular, the trick shotting. Today I'm not going to get into the complex spectacle that is trick shotting, but instead we're going to talk about quickscoping, which is one of the coolest first-person shooter activities out there. So without further ado, let's get into Modern Warfare 2 and get started with quickscoping. So the first thing we're going to do is set up our class, and we're going to choose our weapon of choice. Now you're technically able to quickscope with any sniper you want, but personally I recommend quickscoping with the Intervention because it is the strongest of all the sniper rifles and it's going to give you the best chance to kill somebody in one shot. Now when it comes to your secondary weapons and your perk 2 and 3 slots, it doesn't really matter. However, I do recommend that you use the Sleight of Hand Pro perk as your perk number 1 because it's going to allow you to aim down your sights faster, which makes quickscoping slightly easier, but it is not technically required. Alright, so once we're in the game, we're going to go ahead and select our class, and as far as executing the quickscope, it is as simple as holding down the left trigger quickly to aim down the scope and shooting with the right trigger quickly after and releasing the left trigger in rapid succession, just like this. And I wish I could say there was more to it, but simply put, that is the fundamentals behind the iconic Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 quickscope. Now it is one of those things that you'll get better with the more you do it, and eventually you can try and 1v1 your friend on Rust, or maybe even add some little tricks to it and learn how to trick shot. As I said before, I'm not going to get into the madness that is trick shotting, but personally I do recommend that you guys look into it if you get good enough. After all, it helped make massive YouTube careers out of those greasy FaZe Clan tryhards. Or, instead of practicing for hours trying to get better at a dead fad from 2010, you can learn how to get good at schooling 9-year-olds in Fortnite. Because let's be honest, that is where the money is at.